What's good with the YouTube world? It's Coffee back at it with the news. We got a whole lot to get into, guys. WACK100 bowing it down, conceding defeat. A horrible tragedy that quite frankly is scary going on. Some befuddling scientific type news, all kinds of ish, man. So let's jump right into it, man. And the first thing we got to talk about is Mystical, right? As I'm sure y'all are well aware, Mystical has been sitting behind bars with some wicked allegations once again, right? And listen, guys, I'm going to pin a link to the first video I did regarding this case that he's in jail right now. Just because with this update, there's some things I'm going to refer to from the original video, and it'll just kind of bring it all together for y'all. So check that out after the conclusion of this video, if you would, and make sure to join the discussion, man. But real talk, if you guys recall, Mystical, wicked allegations, arrested behind bars. They say he violated wifey. It is crazy-ish. It's like, what in the fuck is going on? You know what I mean? People are debating, did he do it or not? Because as we know, he's been charged with this 2 times before, convicted the first time around, pled guilty. That's the thing people forget. Pled guilty. There was video evidence. He did it. He's on some wicked-ish. You know what I mean? The second time around, he did indeed beat the case, but people forget that the first time he pled guilty. And again, they had a deal all worked out with the prosecutors where he was going to plead guilty and get probation. And when the judge saw the footage of the brutal, disturbing, wicked attack, judge said, we cannot honor this deal. He has to go to prison. It was some very disturbing, disgusting-ish, right? So here we are now, Mystical, behind bars again, charged with violating wifey. And it's crazy. Again, go watch the first video that I did on this. Once again, link pinned below. But they were talking about, like, wifey was talking about everything seemed normal. He seemed fine. He came out of the bathroom and was tripping and bugging and just, like, violated her and got all violent and on some old sick-ish or whatever. And hearing that, I was like, yo, what in the fuck? Like, did he go in the bathroom and was doing some LINESs of something or pop something or like what the, you know what I'm saying? It's like he had to have been on some substances or whatever. And then we come to find out, again, in the original video I got, they did talk about that there was drugs on the premises, on the scene. And I was like, damn, well, why didn't they charge him? That's odd. What's going on with all this? You know what I mean? Just the whole case, aside from being disturbing and disgusting-ish, it's just crazy. It's like, this is like, what the fuck is wrong with this guy? And it's all just not making a lot of sense. Well, now we have an update here for y'all, as he's been indicted, hit with some new charges. And, the update goes as follows: that a grand jury indicted Mystical on multiple charges, including first-degree R-word. He was hit with several drug charges in the R-word case. He was also charged with illegal possession of Xannies, heroin. Guess he was fucking with that dog food, y'all. Meth, which someone in my original video was like, yo, Coffee, I think he was on meth. Like, they were talking about, you ever see them tweakers? The way they'll get acting all weird and get violent and be on some old disturbing, wicked violator type ish, walking around acting like nutcases. They were like, maybe he was in the bathroom doing that ish or whatever. But then we're finding out it was like a cocktail. Apparently he had meth, H, the smack juice, and Xannies and paraphernalia on top of it. And then it just goes on to say, the 51-year-old rapper was indicted on 10 charges in total. The other charges are false imprisonment, domestic abuse, battery by strangulation, simple criminal damage to property, and simple robbery. And, they're just saying that he is being accused of R-wording, strangling, and robbing a woman in his home. And they're saying he attacked her over a financial dispute. So that's new information as well that we didn't hear originally. And then what's wild is, if you guys think about it, that original case that I was talking about, where they were gonna give him probation, and then, you know, the tape, and they said, hell no, we got to send this sick son of a bitch to prison. That was some financial ish as well. If you guys recall, that was his hairdresser or a stylist or something like that. And apparently, you know, she was stealing from him or something to that effect. There was money behind it. So here we are now, same kind of situation all these years later. Like, Mystical is like, what the fuck, man? You know, like, I was a big fan of Mystical, you know, as I'm sure a lot of y'all were as well. You know, like, dude was different, brought a lot of energy to the music, to the rap game and everything. But you hear this and I'm just like, yo, fuck out of here, you know. And then they're just saying, you know, his lawyer suggested that the case won't even go to trial. And, you know, he's still, even with the indictment, he's expressing that he's confident that, you know, the case don't have legs like that. So I don't know. And he says this is not the first time a grand jury has gotten it wrong about Michael Tyler. And I don't know. There you have it, y'all. That's the update regarding Mystical. Jump in the comments. Let me know your guys' thoughts. And again, previous video pinned below will kind of tie this all together for y'all. In other news, I'm sure everyone by now has heard that the Queen has passed away. Not a story I'm really invested in, you know, but it's major news. So, you know, I guess we would touch on this story. She died at 96 years old and, you know, was queen for 70 years. I guess the longest out of any monarch in history or whatever. And as soon as I seen this news, I'm like, man, I wonder if, you know, individuals are going to be talking about that there must have been a shortage of her getting her hands on that fountain of youth. Y'all know what I'm talking about, right? That being like the conspiracy videos and whatnot, that vampire-ish. I was like, I bet you that's a big combo going on right now. Someone I saw throw a tweet out there, and it was interesting. They said, yo, I don't know why anyone gives a fuck about the Queen. You know, basically that these people ain't ish, and they more or less just leech off of tax money and serve society and the public over their no purpose. What do y'all think about it, man? But I guess now a bunch of ish is gonna go down where like everything's gonna halt for a little while. Like in you know, they're gonna lose, like the economy's gonna take a hit, but like no business is gonna go on. And I guess a lot of things got to be changed now, like new words added to the national anthem. The prince is supposed to change his name. I don't know. I don't really understand it, but more or less, I guess just things come to a total halt for a little while in the process of that UK mourning her death, and then, you know, moving into the next regime. You know, some things got to change. I don't know. They're talking about passports, police uniforms, everything's got to change. I don't know. Comment your guys' thoughts on all this, or if you know, feel like schooling me up, if you're more you know, in tune with what exactly is going on with it all. Again, not a story that I was like super interested in, but it's major news, so we should speak on it. All right, now that horrible, tragic news that I was speaking of, and it's just terrible to hear, man. I don't know if you guys saw, there was like an active SHOOTER driving around out in Memphis on Facebook Live, just GUNN people down. Scary-ish, man. I don't know if they even caught him. I didn't even really look into the story much. Like, I truly hate hearing of things like this, you know? It's like some scary-ish, man. All the stuff sometimes going on in this country. You know, but I always share with people, you know, Coffee likes to point out, obviously we know there's a lot of evil motherfuckers in this world, and their real talk is a battle of good versus evil going on. That's a fact. But I do believe I do believe though that there is far more good people than bad. And in general, like, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying trust everybody, but I'm just saying in general, like, a lot of people are probably better than you think, because if like the evil outweighed, like sometimes we see the evil-ish going on a little more, but if like the evil outweighed the good by that much, society would just be total chaos at all times, you know? I don't know, comment and let me know if you guys concur with that statement or whatever, but nonetheless, still protect yourself, be aware. I'm just saying, I just wanted to say, like, don't let, you know, like mind over matter and vibes and all that is a big deal. Like, don't get it in your head that like evil is just totally taken over. They'll always try, you know, evil will always try, but not without good, you know, fighting back to triumph over the evil, you know. So comment though, but as far as the active SHOOTER, if you guys want to fill me in more on this, let me know. Just terrible situation, man. Going live on the internet, like, what in the fuck brought this dude to do this? You know, brought back to mind, you guys remember that dude back in what, like 2017, 16, 17, 18, somewhere around there, where that one dude's girl left him and he went and clapped the old man on live. They ended up catching him at Mickey D's. They told him, yo, pull ahead. We got to cook you some fresh fries and nuggets. And they alerted the authorities in the meantime. That ish was crazy, man. Be safe, everyone. Now, check it out, y'all. This is pretty crazy news, pretty interesting news. I don't believe that this has ever happened before. But what's going on, if y'all ain't seen this story hitting the blogosphere, a mom gave birth to twins, but they had different fathers. You know what I'm saying? She had got busy with two different dudes in one day, and I guess they both conceived, you know? Like, it's crazy, man. Y'all ever heard, like, you know, dogs or whatever give birth to like a whole litter, I believe it's called. That's the right word, right? Litter. But anyways, like, there can be multiple fathers for the litter of dogs. So that's the way someone broke it down to me before. I don't want to quote that and say I'm 100% certain on that. For those that breed dogs or know about dogs or whatever, comment and let me know if I'm on point with that. But that's the way someone, you know, who I believe to have some smarts broke it down to me one time, that, you know, they can conceive different fathers for a whole litter. And I don't believe this has ever happened with humans before. I mean, obviously it's twins, it's not a whole litter, but it's pretty wild-ish, you know. And it just says the new mom had a 1 in a million conception. Her babies may be twins, but they have different biological fathers. A 19-year-old Brazilian woman gave birth to twins 9 months after having acts with two men on the same day. As their first birthdays loomed, she began having doubts over who their father was. Oh, so this is wild. She didn't know this till later on. I mean, but if you think about it, how would she know? Like, it's not something right away that you heard them 1 in a million. Like, this ish don't happen. So I guess when the children started growing up and looking a little different, she's like, wait a second, what in the fuck is going on here? Let's go get these DNA tests. As their first birthdays loomed, she began having doubts over who their father was, so she decided to take a paternity test to confirm her suspicions. Local news outlet reported the anonymous woman originally suspected only one of the two men to be the father of the twins, so she collected his DNA sample, but it only turned out he was positive to be the father of one child. I remember that I had, this is a quote from her, I remember that I had X with another man and called him to take the test, which was positive. She's, you know, asking to remain anonymous, and it just says, I was surprised by the results. I didn't know that could happen. They are very similar. So, wild-ish right there, man. What do you guys think about that? 1 in a million, all right.
Neat. He been winning too, though, bro.
Because so many people in hip hop, when they talk about street shit on camera, go from very smart individual to totally incoherent babble, where they basically are like trying to defend shit and saying free this person, even though there seems to be very good evidence that they did terrible shit. Let's be honest, it's kind of inconsistent. So we shouldn't be that surprised that there is a big audience who wants to basically hear people be tough on them. The people he's telling on wants to see him tell. Right. Now, I'm gonna be real. Let's keep it real, bro. He been putting in work. Right. Soulja Boy run up on him, bust on him with the mace. You respect the mace? I respect the fact that he's telling you, you ain't just about to do nothing to me. Right. This is my thing, is if I stab you, or I shoot you, or I punch you, these are all just, ways of doing damage to somebody, and it's all respectable, right? Why, as soon as you use a gas, is it not respectable? I mean, it's the same fucking thing as a gun, right? I'm a YA baby, bro. Right. You wouldn't do it? I was in Fred C. Nellis when they went from curb spray to pepper spray. Okay. I respect the mace. It's fucking scary shit, right? Well, it's levels to it, and it does this. And if you hit yourself with water, it does this. So at the end of the day, like, bro, I mean, Soulja Boy, but that's nephew. I love him to death. But Soulja, he got your ass. That was some funny shit. Did you see that clip did you see a clip of a guy? It's a guy who's it's like a gang member who's trying to like basically punk a cameraman and rob him or tell him to get the fuck out of town or some shit, and he maces him. And another one? It was a video that came out maybe a week ago, and it's like you see this dude going from like straight gangster to like just holding his face, like, for the record, can't control himself at all. For the record, I already put it up on Instagram about a week or two ago. Listen, Charleston White, listen, bro. You win, I bow down. Listen, WACK100 don't want no problems, bro. WACK100 is an industry guy. He's an industry name. WACK, that's another dude. But I don't want no problems, bro. You win. I gracefully bow out. You can scratch me from the list. I ain't gonna do nothing to you. I ain't gonna say nothing to you. And I don't wish no harm to you. You win. Another W for Charleston White. Because you don't want to beef with the feds? Or anyone who's down to snitch or whatever? Is that how you feel? I have no issues with Charleston White.
So how about that, y'all? You guys heard WACK100 there, chopping it up with Adam 22. He has conceded defeat to Charleston White. He says he wants no smoke with him. He don't got no problems with him no more. And he was kind of bigging him up. He definitely found this whole Soulja Boy situation comical. Wack has ties to Soulja Boy as well. You know what I'm saying? I believe he brought him out there to the West Coast. I don't know if he managed him at one point in time, but they got some ties together, and he said, like, sorry, Soulja Boy, but that ish was funny. I'm telling y'all, man, Soulja Boy will never be able to shake that L off. That momentum is going to follow him around forever. I'm waiting for a rapper to diss him and work that into the diss, refer to that whole incident. You know what I'm saying? Again, like I stated before, Charleston White, whether you like him or not, again, share your thoughts in the comments, pertaining to how you feel about Charleston White, as well as everything else we talk about on this video. You know what I'm saying? As I always let y'all know, if you're new, make sure to subscribe, hit them buttons. But on J Coffee Talk, we talk it up on all different topics. So please don't be shy. Comment on all this ish. You know what I'm saying? That we're speaking on. But, point is we knew cats were going to be gunning for Charleston White, and Soulja Boy ended up to be the first one to step up to the plate, only to get maced the fuck down. You know what I mean? And then it's kind of wild too. You guys heard Adam talking about there's some other video out there. I was a little pressed for time, so I couldn't run and get it, to use in this. But let me know if y'all seen it, where some other guy was trying to like punk a cameraman or something. Some guy that was gang, and he got maced and ish switched up real quick. Yo, like, that mace is serious, man. I've been maced once by police, but I don't know if it's the same as that orange-ish Charleston. I mean, it probably was, man. That ish is crazy, man. And it seems almost like he started a new trend. I mean, Mace been around. It's been on the scene for the longest time, Billy Joel voice. But maybe cats is going to start using Mace like that out here in these streets.
We are all doing something that somebody else may not agree with or doesn't like. if I looked up and they said, hey, listen, Wack, distribution is this, and we can get max, we can get in front of triple the crowd, but we got to go through this company and it's owned by Hitler.
Right.
I wouldn't give a fuck.
You don't care. There's nobody who's fucked up enough that you wouldn't do business with them.
I wouldn't give. That's not my. That doesn't mean I have to hang with them.
Right.
That doesn't mean I have to agree with what you're doing. But this shit is business. It's not personal with me, bro.
Right.
It's business.
So if you find out that somebody you're doing business with kicks it with a child rapist on a consistent basis and doesn't say anything, and the guy's got babies tied up in his fucking dungeon in the back.
That's a little different.
Okay. At least we found something.
I'm going to still do business with this person.
Oh, Lord.
But this person, me doing business with this person is to get closer to this person because they'll save them children.
Wow.
And probably rid the world of this person.
Well, you're thinking long term.
Yeah, oh, no, we thinking right now. I love the babies.
We love the babies.
Infiltration.
And man, how about that clip? Pretty crazy there. I'm just going to kind of leave that one there. I don't have much commentary to convey to y'all about that one. Like, what do you guys think Wack talking about when it comes to business? There's no boundaries. He'll, if, you know, one of the most evil motherfuckers ever was around, you heard who he was talking about, Adolf. I don't even like saying his name. He would do business with him. But then Adam 22 further pressed on, like, you know, come on, there's got to be some kind of limit of people you would do business with. And, you know, he brought up some wicked, evil, demonic, sick demons. And Wack was like, oh, I'd fake them out, do business with them to find out, you know, where they are or whatever to save the day or whatever. So, I don't know. Let me know what y'all think about all this ish. That's going to, you know, close this video out. Thank you guys again for tuning in. Don't forget to sub up. Stay tuned. More content coming. It's coffee. I'm up out here, y'all. Peace.